Oh, you guys, I just got back from the most amazing neighborhood yard sale and I cannot wait to show you everything I picked up and exactly what I did with it all. If you have ever walked past a thrift store or yard sale and thought, what could I possibly do with that? This video is going to completely change the way you see secondhand finds because today we are taking some seriously humble thrifted and yard sale pieces and turning them into high-end designer looking home decor. And honestly, some of these transformations are so good that even I did a double take. We have got a gorgeous basket makeover, a stunning handmade wall charger, beautiful candlestick styling, a vase that is a dead ringer for a Pottery Barn piece, and some really lovely wall art using thrifted frames. All easy, all budget friendly, and all something you can absolutely do at home. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Sonja, and this is the channel where we make luxury happen on a budget. Make sure you hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a new video because we do this kind of thing all the time around here. Let's get right into it. Every year there's a neighborhood that does a street-wide yard sale, and you guys, the finds are absolutely incredible. I honestly look forward to it every single year. This year did not disappoint, and the very first thing I want to show you is this basket. The second I saw this, I grabbed it because it's such a close dupe to a Pottery Barn basket they have on their website right now, and that is exactly how I plan to use it. I want to use it as a storage piece in a bathroom just like the Pottery Barn inspiration, and I think it is going to look so beautiful. When you're thrifting for baskets, don't overlook ones that look a little dirty or dull. A good clean and a little wax can completely transform a tired basket into something that looks brand new. So the first thing I did was give this basket a really good cleaning. You want to make sure you remove any dust, debris, or old residue before you do anything else. This is such an important step and it makes a huge difference in the final result. Now here's the fun part. I wanted to add handles to this basket so it looked even more like the Pottery Barn version, and I used something you might already have at home, a bamboo broomstick from Dollarama. I love finding unexpected uses for dollar store items like this. You can also use a toilet plunger that comes with a wooden handle. That handle would be perfect for this as well. I had one on hand, so I cut it down to size to fit through the holes on either side of the basket. When measuring for handles like this, measure twice and cut once. I mark my cutting lines with tape, but this keeps everything in place and gives you a really clean, accurate cut. Once I had my measurements, I took the piece outside and my husband cut it for me right there in the garage. Then I brought it back in and gave the ends a little sanding just to smooth everything out, and I also scuff sanded the whole piece. Now for the finish, and this is the step that takes this basket from thrift find to designer piece. I use the brown Dixie Belle Best Dang wax. This is almost like an antiquing wax and it gives such a beautiful, warm, rich tone. I applied it all over the stick handle and worked it in really well. I actually used this exact same technique a few weeks ago when I made a book holder using bamboo cutting boards from Dollar Tree, and I love the way that turned out, so I knew it would be perfect here too. Dixie Belle Wax is one of my absolute favorite products for giving thrifted pieces that warm, age, expensive look. A little goes a long way, and working it with a brush or cloth in circular motions and buffing it out for a gorgeous finish. And here is how it looks styled in a bathroom. Oh, I just love this so much. Not only is it incredibly stylish, but it is also completely functional. It holds everything beautifully. This is what thrifting is all about, you guys. A $3 yard sale basket, a bamboo stick from Dollarama, and a little wax, and look at the result. Okay, next up is one of my favorite projects in this video because I have been eyeing a this type of wall decor for a while now. You see them everywhere: Pottery Barn, Crack and Barrel, Monkey and Co. And they are all Ways so beautiful but also so expensive. So when I spotted this charger at the yard sale for just $3, I stopped in my tracks. It was about 16.5 inches wide, which is a really nice substantial size for wall decor. And I immediately knew this was going to be a wall piece. When thrifting for chargers or plates to use as wall decor, look for ones that are at least 12 inches wide. Anything smaller tends to get lost on a wall. The bigger, the better for impact. So I cleaned this piece up really well, and here's a little decision I made along the way that I think is worth sharing. I was originally going to use the front of the charger, but then flipping it over, I realized the back was actually going to work much better. The texture was perfect and it would be a little easier to hang. So if you're ever working with a charger or a plate, don't overlook the back. Sometimes it is the better side. Maybe for the chargers, not so much for the plates. I divided the charger into sections I use painter's tape to mask off every other one. And then using the same brown Dixie Belle wax, I colored in alternating sections. This created such a beautiful geometric design and looks so intentional and high end. You can really make this your own. Paint every other section in a metallic, use a different color wax, or even try a stencil pattern. There are so many gorgeous ideas online for wall decor, and the technique is the same no matter what style you choose. What I love about the wax for this project is how easily and evenly it goes on. I wanted just a slightly different variation rather than a totally different color, just enough contrast to create that beautiful geometric effect. Once the wax was dry, I peeled back the tape and I was so pleased with how clean those lines were. To hang it up, I simply tied a piece of twine through the back. You could also add a proper plate hanger hook if you prefer, but I found the twine was completely sufficient and it adds a really lovely natural touch. And here it is hanging on the wall, and I just love it. It is unique, so artisan looking, and the best part is I can build around it, add smaller pieces, layer in other textures, make it into a little gallery moment, a $3 charger, and a little wax. That is it, you guys. Now, these next pieces did not require a lot of DIY necessarily, but they did require serious amount of elbow grease, and I think that is such an important thing to talk about when it comes to thrifting. Sometimes the transformation is not about what you add, is about what you remove. I picked up these two candlesticks at Value Village. The smaller one was priced at $6.99 and the larger one at $4.99, but I ended up getting both for $4.99, which I was very happy about. The problem was that they were absolutely colored in old wax drips, like completely coated. When thrifting candlesticks or candle holders, never pass them up just because they were waxy or dirty. Old wax is almost always removable, and underneath there's often a gorgeous piece waiting to come out. I started by trying to remove the wax using white lightning cleaner, and while it was working, it was going to take me forever at that rate. So I switched strategies. I took both pieces to the sink and ran really hot water over them, and that took the wax right off. Such a game changer tip if you are ever dealing with waxy thrifted candles pieces. Hot water is honestly your best friend for removing old candle wax from thrifted pieces or from any pieces. Run the hottest water your tap will give you directly over the wax and it will melt right away. No chemicals needed. After the hot water soak, they were still a little touch greasy, so I went back in with a little more white lightning cleaner just to degrease them completely and get them nice and clean. Now, while I was cleaning, I noticed that the larger candlestick had a small black mark on one edge. I don't think it was a damage. I think it might have just been how it came originally, but I wanted to blend it in. So I took some antique gold spray paint and just very lightly misted the area, and it blended in perfectly with the original finish. You would never know. A light mist of metallic or antique gold spray paint is such a useful trick for touching up thrifted metal pieces. Hold the can far back and use short light bursts for a natural looking blend rather than a solid coat. And here they are styled on the coffee table. They are really beautiful size. They look so elegant, and honestly, they look like pieces that could have come from a high-end home decor store. All they need was a good clean and one tiny touch up, and I'm so happy I grabbed both of them. This next piece is another one from Value Village that I actually picked up a little while ago for 5.49, and similar to the candlesticks, the DIY here was minimal, but the impact is everything. All this vase needed was a really good cleaning. I sprayed it down with the water and vinegar cleaner, which is my go-to for cleaning glass and ceramic pieces, shined it up, let it dry completely, and then added a candle inside. A 50-50 mix of white vinegar and water in a spray barrel is the best natural cleaner for glass, ceramic, and even some metal pieces. It cuts through grime, removes odor, and leaves everything sparkling without any harsh chemicals. And you guys, this is such a close dupe to a Pottery Barn piece, like almost identical. I love that you can walk into a yard sale thrift store with fresh eyes and see the potential in pieces that someone else looked right past. Sometimes the best DIY is knowing when to leave something alone and just let it shine. A good clean, the right candle, the right placement, and the designer moment right there. Okay, so this next section is all about wall art. I want to share a few different ways I approach this because I think each one has something really useful for you. First, and some of you might remember this tip from a previous video, I want to talk about these $3 calendars. This is such an easy and affordable way to add beautiful art to your home, especially if you love seasonal decorating like I do. I got this frame at the yard sale, and it is really a special one. When I showed it in a haul on my other channel, someone in the comment pointed out that you could see the shape of an angel in the clouds in the photograph that was inside. And it turns out the photographer who took this photo at that time had lost an infant and believed this was a sign. So it is an incredible, meaningful image. I'm going to keep this print but swap it into a different frame for summer decorating. I wanted to give it the respect it deserves. So for this frame, instead of original print, I used a landscape calendar page from Dollar Tree. The landscapes in these calendars are absolutely gorgeous, and they work really well for seasonal decorating. I picked up a beautiful beach scene with a little sailboat in the distance. It is just so serene and perfect for summer. Dollar Tree calendars are one of the best kept secrets in budget decorating. The landscape ones especially have stunning photography that looks like real art once it's in frame. To get the sizing right, I used the existing mat from the frame as a template, traced around it, and cut my calendar page to the exact right size. I reassembled the frame, cleaned the glass because thrifted frames always need their glass cleaned, and that was it. Here is how it looks styled on a shelf. I just love it. It is so pretty and so summery, and it costs me almost nothing. The last piece I want to share is this beautiful oval wooden vintage frame that I also found at the yard sale. It had a plastic cover rather than glass, so I decided not to use the cover at all, and honestly, it did not need it. Now, this frame would be absolutely perfect for that Mod Podge painting technique that I have shown on this channel before, where you can make a print look like an actual oil painting. I have lots of tutorials for that if you want to check them out. But for this one, I decided to keep it simple. I cut out the lighthouse image and placed it right into the oval frame, and it looked perfect. It felt so vintage, so artisan, and so collected. Oval and arched frames are having such a big moment in home decor right now. Keep your eyes out for them at thrift stores and yard sales. They're usually very inexpensive and they add such a sophisticated shape to a gallery wall. My vision is to create a vintage inspired gallery wall using pieces like this one where I can swap out the art seasonally as my mood changes. I love the flexibility. You get a beautiful curated wall, but it never has to feel permanent or expensive to update. And that is a wrap in today's video, you guys. Can you just take a moment to appreciate where we started with? Yard sale finds, thrift store pieces, a few dollars spent, and looked at what we ended up with. And look at what we ended up with. A beautiful basket and one-of-a-kind wall charger decor, elegant candlesticks, a stunning vase, and gorgeous wall art. All of it high-end looking, all of it budget-friendly, and all of it made with a little creativity and a lot of heart. I hope this video reminded you that the best home decor does not have to come from a store. Sometimes it is sitting on a folding table at a yard sale for $3 just waiting for someone to see its potential. And that someone is you. Now, I want to hear from you which project was your favorite. Drop in the comments below. I genuinely love reading every single one. And if you try any of these, please tag me. I repost your recreation all the time, and seeing your version seriously makes my whole day. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. It helps this channel so much and it helps YouTube share this with more people who would love these ideas. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you never miss a new video. And I will see you in the next one. Happy thrifting, happy DIYing, and bye, you guys.